Hi everyone, good to see you all. You need to now suggest me really good songs. If anyone has any recommendations, let me know. Up until then, so today we'll start with Southern Kingdoms. Can anyone take a guess why? What's the point? Why are they important? Rishabh?
The southern kingdom of the Indian peninsula, they are like having great control over the coastal areas, and hence they have a great significance over the overseas trade, and that is how we communicate with the outer world, like how people came to us and we went there, and how our ideas spread. So I feel that's why it's important.
Okay, fair enough. So what we'll do is we'll watch a very interesting video of one of the places in Tamil Nadu, and then we can make a few conjectures about why we are even talking about Southern Kingdoms. Okay. And I am aware of few people who are joining in for the first time. You will be cold called. So be ready, make all the mistakes. You have to make logical conjectures. Nothing difficult. It's absolutely fine. I think it's a delight that you have no idea about Southern Kingdoms. But do make logical guesses if and when you are asked to respond. And in the meantime, I would highly request all of you to have your videos on. We're spending 2 hours. Let's do it with extreme diligence. And usually that diligence is directly proportional to if your video is on or off. Let's start with the video. And thank you so much for sending across the wonderful songs.
हर तरफ पानी से घिरा हुआ मैं आई हूँ तमिलनाडु के एक ऐसे मंदिर में जो बनाया गया था 8th सेंचुरी में और पिछले 35 सालों से इसे वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट का नाम दिया गया है। कई सालों तक समुद्र में छुपा हुआ एक दिन अचानक उभर कर आया। वेलकम टू द शोर टेम्पल एट महाबलीपुरम। हमारे इंडिया में इतनी खूबसूरती है that no matter मैं जहाँ जाऊँ, all I have to say is that I love my India. तो वैसे इस मंदिर का सबसे नज़दीकी एयरपोर्ट है चेन्नई एयरपोर्ट और वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट शोर टेम्पल के लिए आपको 2 घंटे का रास्ता पूरा करना होगा फ्रॉम चेन्नई। पर अगर इसी तरह खाते पीते जाओ, गाने सुनते जाओ, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा। अच्छी बात यह है कि रास्ते के दोनों तरफ पानी है। एक तरफ है बे ऑफ बंगाल और दूसरी तरफ है द ग्रेट सॉल्ट लेक। कहा जाता है महाबलीपुरम एक पॉपुलर ट्रेडिंग पोर्ट हुआ करता था बैक इन द डे ड्यूरिंग द पलावा डायनेस्टी। It acted as a significant landmark for the navigation of ships. शोर टेम्पल की ओर बढ़ते हुए there's a shopping market along the streets और आप वहाँ से शीशेल ज्वेलरी, शो पीसेस, लेदर फुटवेयर और काफी कुछ खरीद सकते हैं and that too at a reasonable price. कितने का देंगे बताइए? मैं अपनी पूरी कर्ली टेल्स टीम के लिए लेकर जाऊंगी। Well, हाल ही में शोर टेम्पल का काफी ब्यूटिफिकेशन हुआ है and as you can see there's a beautiful garden at the entrance, but the first thing that you see as soon as you see the shore temple is a prakara which is a low wall जिस पर नंदीज दिखेंगे आपको बैठे हुए in a very relaxed way और कहते हैं दूर से शोर टेम्पल बिल्कुल रथ की तरह लगता है। इस मंदिर को कई खूबसूरत पत्थरों और ब्लॉक्स ऑफ ग्रेनाइट से बनाया गया है। It is actually inspired by the Dravidian architectural style. Well, 7 पगोड़ा ये नाम इंडिकेट करता है कि यहाँ 7 मंदिर हुआ करते थे, पर आज सिर्फ शोर टेम्पल ही बचा है हमें हमारे इतिहास की कहानी बताने के लिए। 2004 के सुनामी में जब ये स्ट्रक्चर डिस्कवर हुआ, कोई कुदरत के करिश्मे से कम नहीं। तमिलनाडु के सबसे पुराने स्ट्रक्चर में अंदर कोई मूर्ति नहीं है। सो दुनिया भर से जो लोग आते हैं किसी को पूजने के लिए नहीं, बट कुदरत के करिश्मे को देखने के लिए। This temple has been classified as UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1984. In fact, एक वक्त पर इस मंदिर का नाम जलशयाना भी रखा गया था, which means lying in the water, mainly because it is situated at the sea level. आर्कियोलॉजी सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया ने एक प्रोटेक्टिव वॉल बनाई हुई है अराउंड दिस टेम्पल, ताकि इस मार्वलस साइट की उम्र बढ़ सके और ये हमेशा सेफ और साउंड रहे।
Okay, after you now. Why are we studying Southern Kingdoms? She gave quite a few hints. Gargi, what do you think? What's the relevance of Southern Kingdoms? Of course, UPSC will ask you a lot of questions. That's one. Very practical in significance. What else? Ideally, I would want someone from South India to speak out. What's the relevance? You're the brand ambassador of your region. So if you were to convince your friends from North India to visit the wonderful land of South India, how would you convince that person? Hamshini, what are your thoughts?
So first thing is, like everybody mentioned, the architecture is very different and significantly, there's a lot of changes between how it is in the northern part of India and southern part of India. And it eventually led to a new school of architecture called the Dravidian School of Architecture. And it is, I think it is one of the few places you can see that kind of an architecture. You don't see those anywhere else. That is one. Second, we are culturally very, very different. Very, the food, the clothes, the language, everything is very, very significant and different. And it doesn't mix with any other cultures, which is seen in the northern part of India. Apart from that, the administration is very different. The way the caste system prevailed, the way the provinces were distinguished, and everything was entirely different. In spite of being within the same subcontinent, there's a diverse change between the two regions. So that's probably one of the reasons.
Okay, very well said. So I was talking to a friend of mine, an American, and I asked him, when you hear the word India, what comes to your mind? Very simple question. And he said, Taj Mahal. And then I asked him, is there anything else that comes to your mind? Then he pondered and thought, and he said, yeah, it's Qutub Minar. And then he said butter chicken, which was apparently invented in Daryaganj in Delhi. And then he also mentioned Modi. But there's a common theme. And the common theme is North India. Modi is a member of parliament from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, which roughly translates to the northern state. Taj Mahal is again in Uttar Pradesh, northern state. Qutub Minar to Daryaganj, apparently where butter chicken was invented, all are part of northern India. But it is one part of India. From Kathak to Islamic architecture, it has a beautiful cultural heritage. No one can discount that. But you all are going to be officers in the Indian Foreign Services, not the North Indian Foreign Services, right? And therefore, it's our duty to learn what is India. And it is not just North India. Northern part of India is marvelous, but India is more than that. And therefore, today we'll talk about the part of India that has shaped not just the history of India, but also contributed immensely to building what is today known as Indian civilization. It is a travesty that North Indians today ascribe South India to merely Rajnikant and his superhuman capabilities. No. It's a marvelous land. Romans, Arabs, Sri Lankans, Portuguese, French, British. They will all be attracted to the beauty of South India. They will make India their home. And southern part of India will play a huge role in that story. Every kid in India has heard of Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Mohiniyattam. It's a classical dances of India. Half of them are from southern land. Forget about cultural significance. We can't even imagine a democratic, socialist, secular Republic of India without accounting for the contributions South India has made to what makes India today. And I'm not kidding. We've all heard of Dandi March in our school books, which was led by Mahatma Gandhi. How many of us have heard of a march which was led by C. Rajagopalachari? It was very prominent. What is it called? Hamshini? That march?
Vedaranyam March.
Yeah. Vedaranyam March, led by C. Rajagopalachari. From Avul Pakir, Jainuddin Abdul Kalam, India's first missile man, to Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, India's first Governor General, to K. Kamaraj, the kingmaker of Indian politics. They were not from the northern land. They shaped, refined, redefined the story of India, the whole of India. So today we start the story of Southern Kingdoms, because to understand the beauty of India, you need to understand, appreciate, and learn the sum total of what makes this beautiful India as India. So today we start with Pallavas. Why Pallavas? Why are they important? Most importantly, who were Pallavas? Anyone has any thoughts? It's totally fine to be absolutely wrong. Let's all be wrong here in the classroom, not in the main examination hall. If you were to write something about Pallavas, what will you write? What are 3-4 things that come to your mind? They ruled for centuries, more than what British ruled India for.